we're going to tell you the absolute best kickers for the upcoming fantasy football season.
Welcome back to C&D Gaming. If you're watching our videos and if you're listening to our podcast, welcome back. Let's get it going. We're playing the Bills this week for our video watchers, and let's get into it, brother. So we're going to talk about kickers in this video podcast episode.
The unsung heroes of the league, man.
Is
Like
Does kickers matter in fantasy football? What's your opinion, bro? You think?
absolutely, man, absolutely. I'm telling you, like I said, they are in general, man. I mean, like not even just fantasy football, in the league in general, kickers are highly underrated. They can be the
Yeah.
difference maker. You lose a game by a point because of a missed kick. I mean, there's all kinds of things that happen. Arizona had the last play of the season come down to a kick, bro. And if he would not have missed that kick, we probably wouldn't have got Marvin Harrison Jr. So you know what? We can thank Matt Prater for missing that field goal. That's why we got that player for. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I mean, you
All
never
right.
know.
Yeah.
Little things like that, they turn the
That's true.
tides. They make history with their whatever they do, their misses or their hits can really persuade. I mean, we've seen so many games come down to a final field goal and
Yeah.
clutch moments and then missed and the double doinks and all that stuff.
I mean,
So
yeah. I mean,
absolutely.
a kicker, somebody that you don't know for sure, like obviously, because anything can happen and they can miss or hit. A lot of variables involved, but you dang sure don't want to get one that misses a lot, because he can cost you fantasy points. So you don't want that. But anyway, let's get into our list. I'll go first if that's all right with you, and get into
Yeah, man.
my top five kickers for fantasy football this season. So number one, this should be everybody's number one. Shut up, you stupid horn. All right. This should be everybody's number one across the board is Justin Tucker, without a doubt. I mean, best kicker in the league right now, has been dominant. Got the longest kick in history in the NFL. So he should be number one across the board, definitely.
I'm gonna say this about Justin Tucker, okay?
All right, what's up?
There's nothing I can add. I mean, the dude speaks for himself. Like he has record holder. I mean, he's unreal. Like I said, there's nothing I can add that ain't said about the guy already. I mean, what can I say? It's Justin Tucker. That's all you need to know right there.
Yeah, that's true. I don't see any signs of him slowing down anytime soon. Yeah, he's getting a little older, but honestly, the age thing don't really matter in the kicker position. That's so. Yeah, Justin Tucker, number one kicker. All right. My number two is a guy who was a rookie kicker last year, and Mr. Brandon Aubrey, and he is the Dallas Cowboys' kicker. Had a great rookie season last year. Very, very accurate. Did not miss a lot of field goals at all. And this year, I can only see it getting better for him. And the Cowboys in general, I don't see them being as high scoring of an offense this year. I mean, they basically don't have a running back. They got Zeke Elliott back, and they got a couple backup guys, but I don't think they'll be as high scoring. So I think they'll kick a lot more field goals this year.
Yeah, I can see that, man. That's definitely true. Like you said, he's had a fantastic starter year. You know, should get better, should grow, do even better in the next year. Some of the nerves and stuff will be gone, and might help. The nerves and stuff probably make it a little harder to kick them important field goals. But he did a fantastic job. So I mean, any of that stuff should be gone. All them worries and doubts and stuff should be out of his head, and he should definitely be even better this season, 100%.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Um, Number three kicker, I would say, is Harrison Butker for Kansas City. He's another guy. Carolina. It's funny. Carolina actually drafted him, and we ended up cutting him for whatever reason, and Kansas City picked him up. And man, dude, he's played lights out ever since. And I've never understood that why Carolina got rid of him, but that's one of the regrets that I have. But he's been a great kicker for them over the years. He did get hurt a little bit last year, and he was out a few games, but he came back and he picked up right where he left off. So as long as he don't get hurt a lot this year, I don't see any reason why he don't continue his success. And I mean, he's on the defending Super Bowl champs 2 times. So I mean, as long as they keep doing what they're doing, they're going to score. So there'll be field goals to be made too.
I mean, I say it every time, dude. Can't bet against the Chiefs. I mean,
All right.
that's my only thing to say. I mean, Bucker, I think he was like one of the, if not the number one, he might have been number one, like most accurate kicker last year. I don't think he missed barely any field goals, like very, very few. And that's what you want when you're looking at fantasy. You want somebody that makes it, because kicker, along with defense, is one of the few positions that can get you negative points. We didn't
Right.
mention that at the beginning of the video. There's only, I mean, it can happen with receivers and running backs. It's very rare, but you kicker misses a lot of field goals, you get them negative points and stuff, and that can hurt your team. So you want
Absolutely.
somebody like Booker that's that accuracy, and he's going to be reliable.
Yeah. And he did have a little. He was kind of like. How do I say this nicely? He was kind of like in the scene this year, in the media a lot. Kind of like maybe this off season. He had some incident where he was saying a speech and said a few things that hurt some people's feelings and all. But other than that, he's had a great off season. So it's, I don't see a reason for it to affect the play. I mean, he's not gonna. It's nothing legal, so it's nothing legal that will affect him or make him suspended the game. So he'll just keep on carrying along.
Who you got next, buddy? Was that
So that was my
three?
third
Third, yeah.
guy. Yeah, third guy. All right. So number four. Uh, number four. Let me look at my list here.
Oh, the wind was blowing real hard.
It was blowing when we're playing in Buffalo, so they got some crazy weather for our podcast listeners. Just head over to our YouTube, CND Gaming on YouTube, and you can see our video that goes along with these podcasts. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna say, let's see, where's he at? I seen him a while ago. Man, I'm not seeing him on my list here. I just seen him a while ago. Come on, Chase. Come on, Chase. Get it together. Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Okay, I'm gonna just say this because I can't find him on the list. I think it's Daniel Carlson. I'm not so sure for the Las Vegas Raiders. Uh,
Carlson.
Carlson, I
I'm
think.
pretty sure it is.
'Cause I can't find him on the list for whatever reason. I don't know why at the moment.
He
Probably
doesn't
just
exist.
me having one of my moments. But Carlson, he was a kicker who was really really good last year, and he made some quite a few really long field goals. And I mean they got they kind of had a little quarterback issue last year. Going back and forth from Jimmy Garoppolo, and then they had the rookie quarterback last year, and so this year they may be a little bit better with having Gardner Minshew. So they might have some more opportunities for him. But Carlson, I don't see no reason why he don't continue his success that he started last year, and he's another very accurate kicker. Um, so I think he would be a really really good solid fantasy pick.
That's true. We don't really know exactly how Las Vegas's offense is going to be. They could be a team that gets in position for field goals a lot, but can't finish off the drive. So it might give them a lot of opportunities and stuff. I mean, nothing's a definite, but it definitely seems like I mean, they do have a little bit of a better, like you said, quarterback situation and stuff. But I could see them being a team that maybe only gets to the red zone, but don't actually finish off the plays. So that's good for a kicker.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. All right, moving to number five. This is a guy who was on Carolina for a while, and then some injury stuff happens, and we ended up trading him. But Graham Gano from the Giants. The Giants ain't really been a too good of an offensive team, scoring team the last few years. And Graham Gano, he's one of them older veteran kind of kickers. But he's very accurate and he can kick. He's got a big leg, and as long as he can stay healthy, there's no reason why Gano shouldn't be another top fantasy kicker this year. He's uh, he's very accurate and he's just older, but that don't matter honestly in kicking. I mean, look at your kicker with and at the Arizona Prater, I mean,
Hmm.
age don't matter for him. I mean, he's just there, reliable every there. Even though he did miss that kick and got you Marvin Harrison, but he
Hey, that was a life-saving
oh
moment.
yeah, but yeah, Graham Gano, that's who's gonna be my number five.
All right, I'll circle back to Graham Gano for a reason.
Okay. Oh,
Alrighty, let's
uh,
see. Five kickers for me. I'm gonna bounce right off of the end of your sentence there, talking about Matt Prater. I
okay,
gotta go with my boy Matt Prater, dude. I mean, he did miss, a couple field goals, but I don't think they were anything severe. He's a guy that has a very strong leg too. I mean, he's been the longest kick holder, record holder before. Tucker's broke it and stuff, but Prater's usually right there behind him, and I think he has the ability to break that record himself, given the right circumstances and stuff.
right,
But I mean, I think Arizona's going to be a lot better, like moving the ball and stuff this year than we have Murray for the whole year. And we have had issues in the past where we can't finish off the drive. Either we'll get to that, right in the red zone, 10 yards, and they kind of have a hard time actually finishing out the drive, which is good for kickers and good for fantasy kickers.
right,
So I think that he'll have a lot of opportunities and stuff. He's also the kind of guy that, like I said, he's got a booming leg. He can kick it very far. So if we can't get all the way down the field, Arizona can't make it all the way down the field, he can still get those opportunities to kick the ball. They rely on him a lot. They trust him. So he's going to have plenty of opportunities and stuff. And I mean, he rarely misses. So that's what you're looking for in a kicker, somebody that won't miss and get them negative points, like I said.
yeah,
I mean, I like Prater a lot, obviously, being a
oh
fan of the
yeah,
team. But,
yeah.
I mean,
I,
he's a
I
legend,
don't, I don't think anybody can have anything bad to say against Prater, man. He's just one of them old, solid veteran guys that sometimes some of these, when you're driving down the field and your offense can't get it done, Prater's a guy where you can count on to go in there and get you some points, and he'll do that time and time again. And he's done that throughout his career, so that's a good pick, man. I like Prater.
And this is something I was going to mention. You talked about some older guys and stuff, and he's one of them older guys. And like,
Yeah,
he might not be in the league a lot longer. So this could be a year that he really tries to show out and really tries to make some impressive, moves and stuff in the kicking game and see if he can break some records or anything.
yeah,
I mean, it's always a thing
that's
when you
true.
got some guys that are close to their retirement and stuff, or getting close to, finishing out their years with the team, that they try to do some tricky things and try to get some cool stuff going. So he might have a lot of cool
Yeah,
opportunities in fantasy and stuff. So,
yeah,
anyways, though, moving on.
that's a good point.
I'm gonna bounce to the next one here, which is the team we're playing against, the Bills. Tyler Bass. Um, we talked about the Bills a little bit already. That we both kind of have the same kind of feeling, and maybe they're not going to be as good as they have in the past, and that's a reasonable take because I mean they have changed a lot and stuff.
Right.
Josh Allen's kind of quarterback dude. I think that he's going to play as hard as he's going to do what he can, and I think that he's going to get them into field goal position a lot. I don't see Buffalo scoring nearly as many points touchdown wise as they have in the past, but I can still see them getting a lot of field goal opportunities, getting the ball down to where it needs to be. And Tyler Bass, good kicker, solid guy. I mean, he, he's had a couple misses and stuff here and there too, but he still stays pretty consistent, does a good job. And like I said, I think the opportunities will be plentiful for him with the Bills because like I said, I just don't see them scoring
Yeah.
big touchdowns and stuff as much either.
Right.
So that's why I say him for.
Yeah. He's actually a kicker that I've had in fantasy. A couple of years ago, I think it was. I had him, and he did good, man. He was consistent with me. He did have a couple games where it wasn't as high scoring, but it wasn't his fault. It was just because um, the offense they was scoring a lot back then, so he didn't really have as many field goal opportunities. But he's definitely a solid kicker for sure.
Absolutely, man. Moving on, number three, I'm gonna go with a guy on a rival team of Arizona's, Seattle's kicker, Jason Myers.
Okay.
Kind of the same thing, I was kind of saying with the Bills right here. Kind of fits into that category too. I feel like Seattle, they can move the ball, they can get things going. They got the good players to do it, but they also have some weak links and stuff on offense that I think might hold them back a little bit. So I can see them, I mean, I think they'll do a good job at scoring and stuff, but I also think there'll be plenty of drives that end in a field goal,
Right.
field goal opportunity. And he's consistent. He's got good accuracy. He's got a good leg. He can make some pretty good plays with the kicking. So I think that he has, with the opportunities that he'll get, like I said, same thing with Tyler Bass. Same thing. Like they have a lot of opportunities, and they should make the best of those opportunities and
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely will be somebody solid to have on the team.
yeah, yeah. He had a good season last year, so
Yeah,
I,
he did.
I
He had a real good season.
I don't see why that could slow him down. And I'm not exactly sure how old he is, but I don't think he's as old as some of these guys, some of these kickers, veteran kickers are. So he'd definitely be a solid option for probably years to come, as as long as he can stay healthy and keep continuing to produce like he's been doing.
Absolutely. Um, Number four is, let's see. I'm gonna go with Santos from the Bears. Um,
Okay.
like I said, I did a little research, looked at him a little bit. I think he finished third last year in fantasy. That's pretty solid for a kicker. I mean, you're looking at some top guys. I think, he also has the possibility of kind of going unnoticed. Chicago's kind of a team that people are avoiding right now and stuff. Maybe a little bit different this year with some changes and stuff. But Chicago is normally a team that, fantasy players ain't gonna be flying off the board for Chicago.
Right.
So he might be a guy, you can catch kind of slipping down the board a little bit. Maybe you can get him a little later or something if you want to hold off from getting a kicker right off the bat.
Yeah.
You can wait out for him. Um, he's gotten better and better. I think he's only had a couple seasons under his belt, but I think he's ranging in like the 90% accuracy and stuff. So he's definitely somebody I think you could look out for. Like I said, he might kind of make it a little further down in the draft, and with the Caleb Williams and stuff coming in, and we're not sure how he's going to do. Rookies can go either way. They could have a really good season, or they could have a really bad season. But
Yeah.
no matter what happens, I think that the kicker will have a lot of chances to make something happen, and he's a guy that I think can be reliable and
Oh
you
yeah.
just set him in there and not really have to worry about him too much.
All right. That's he is Santos is somebody that I don't know a whole lot about, and I've never I've never had him in fantasy, so I'm not really sure about him. Like you were saying, but you made some good points, and sounds like you researched him a little bit, which he sounds good, and everything. But it's like you said, also you don't know how the team's gonna be with the rookie quarterback and everything. But he seems to be like a good fantasy option though.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think so too. Like I said, you're looking for somebody that you can kind of get away with maybe holding off on getting a kicker. Because, a lot of times kickers kind of sort of go way towards the end of the draft and they go kind of together. But maybe
Right.
there's a player that you'd rather have. You want to hold off on a kicker, you get that player first and you can pick him up, in the next round. So
Right.
I got one more guy here. I'm going to
Okay.
go with Philadelphia, Jake Elliott. Uh, I feel pretty good about anything with the Eagles. Like you said in one of our last videos, you talked about the Eagles that they feel like they're going to probably get better this year. I don't think they're going to go backwards again. I think they're going to try to prove something. Elliott's consistent. He's a good player. He's a good kicker. Um, Even if the Eagles aren't the same high flying offense that we've seen before, I still think he'll get plenty of opportunities and stuff, and he can be somebody consistent for you.
Yeah.
He's projected, I think, number one right now. Um, in the fantasy. So I mean, he might be somebody that people have their eyes on. But if not, if you get lucky and you can grab him, he's definitely worth it. I would take a shot at it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. They're on a really good. He's on a really good team with the Eagles. So yeah, I can see that they didn't do it as hot last year. They kind of fell off, like I was saying, towards the end of the season. So he really had a bunch more. I feel like opportunities when they maybe not worked it down the field as much. So absolutely, he should have a really good fantasy season too.
All right, bro. One more. Oh, not one more. Sorry, one avoid I have, and you already
Okay.
talked about him. I'm sorry to say, I'm gonna go with Gano, dude.
Okay.
I don't have a good feeling with the Giants in general.
Right.
Gano, he's a good kicker. Don't get me wrong. I like Gano. I mean, he's a really good kicker. But like you said, age ain't a huge factor with kickers, but he is getting up there in age. He's had a couple of injuries. Um, and I feel like, some things like that might kind of hold him back from being fully able. You don't want to have any player on your team that you have to worry about injury and, wasting
Right.
space and stuff. Which, I mean, but with kickers, you can be a little more flexible. If they go down, there's usually somebody available to pick up afterwards. But
Right.
I feel like that's my reasoning for him. Like I said, it's just the injury worries and the fact that I'm not entirely sure how the Giants are going to be in general. So,
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I can see both ways, I guess. But considering he was one of my let's just find out in the season, baby. That's all I know.
Hey, another
I'm not.
thing we got to look
Yeah,
forward to.
that's right.
See who was right about this too.
We can mark it down on the list. We'll come back to it and make a video towards the end and see who was right and who was wrong about all these.
Absolutely.
So my my void. That's I'm gonna let you take a guess at it. Is I don't know really what to describe about him, man. I don't know. If you want to try just a guess, or you want me to give you any hints?
Panthers kicker.
Yeah,
Is it? Oh,
yeah,
it's
man.
okay.
My my own Carolina's kicker, man. Eddie Pinero, dude. He's a good accurate kicker. You know, I mean, honestly, he's pretty accurate. But the dude does not have a strong leg, bro. And it's like, if we get down the field, he can't kick further than like 45 yards. So I mean, I feel like, to be an NFL level kicker, we need somebody that's going to kick the ball, 50, 55, 60 yards, And Panero is just not that guy, man. He's accurate from like 30 yards, 45 yards, in. He's great, but any really long range kicks, he's not a very good option. So I
Hey,
would.
I'm gonna say. Go ahead. Sorry, didn't mean to cut
No,
you
no,
off.
I was gonna say just just kind of be mindful of that when you're fantasy when you're picking a kicker. Try to make sure that they can at least got a powerful leg that can kick accurately at a good distance.
What I was gonna say is this is probably the most definite avoid that we've said. I mean, you could go either way on some of our stuff. We might not be experts or nothing, but dude, for the biggest Panther fan in the world sitting here, who's in every video said something good about the Panthers, to come out and
Yeah,
say something bad about this kicker, you should avoid him right there. That's
yeah.
100% in the
Oh,
bag. Don't take it.
the one positive note to any Panthers fans that's listening or watching, we do have another trainer. We did have another kicker. Sorry, in the trainer camp that we signed as an undrafted free agent, and he's got a very very strong leg. So him and Panero is kind of competing right now. Is Mevis is his name actually. They call him the thicker kicker because he's a little chunky. He's kind of like me. He's a little chunky, but they're having a little kicker competition right now. So who knows? He may be our new kicker, and they may cut Panero. So we'll see.
Yeah, guess anything's possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's it. That wraps it up for our fantasy kicker picks. Kickers, is a pretty flexible position. You can't go wrong in a lot of ways, but I think the guys that we named are pretty solid. And if you got a chance to take some of these dudes, definitely look out for them. Keep your eyes open because I do think that there's some solid picks in this video.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. But for y'all listening for the podcast, we appreciate y'all tuning in, and we look forward to bringing you the next one next week. So stay tuned.
Yeah, check us out for, I don't know what we're going to talk about on our next video, but we're going to talk about something. So be ready for it in our next podcast.
Yeah.
But we thank you guys for tuning in.
All right. And for you video watchers, we only got 15 seconds left of a very
And we're freaking losing.
crazy game,
God.
bro. We was zero all the way up until the fourth
I
quarter. Zero
know,
zero.
dude. What the heck, man?
That
It's
was
our second
crazy.
time playing them this season, and they're
Yeah.
angry, I guess. So we're about to
So
take another L, I guess. So,
let's see if we can get. We got 15 seconds and we got our timeout. So let's see what we can happen, bro.
oh, and they kicked it to where we have to run it back. So we're gonna waste some more time right here.
It's all right. We down to 11
Field goal's a
seconds.
possibility, though. We talk about kickers, bro. Let's make this
Ended
feel
on a
right.
kick.
End it on a
Yeah,
kick. Actually, we'll go in overtime if we do that. But I mean, it might be our only option.
could be. Let's find out. Oh man, had to get rid of it, bro. So had to get sacked.
Yeah, the normal opening was he was not open. I seen that.
Nah,
I
they
tried
had
to help
a
pull people off of him,
they
but he
had
had
another
two guys
safety
on him.
over at the top, just like they do now. So
All right,
do something
I'll
with
get
Wilson,
open
bro.
if I
Get
can.
open. Just get open and go down. Oh,
What?
or we can just end the game on a loss.
Well, all
How
right, video
about?
watchers, we hope that you tuned out already because we just lost and that's embarrassing. No,
Yeah.
hey, well, we show it all. Wins, losses, all of it. Good to bad to ugly. It's gonna be on here. So,
Yeah, we're not
uh,
perfect. It happens. So that's their loss number 2 this season. So that's not a good thing, and they're in their division. So, but
yeah, that
anyway,
was rough. But hey, we split in the
yeah,
series so far, so maybe we'll meet them in the playoffs and we can beat them, get a little revenge.
that's true.
So, yeah.
All right.
But
Appreciate y'all watching, and drop a like, share with your friends, and we'll catch you on the next one.
leave us some comments about our kicker choices. Like we always say every video, let us know what you think. Give us your avoids and all that stuff. We want to see it. We want to hear it. We want to know what's going on with your thoughts and stuff. So just do that for us, and we appreciate you guys tuning in.